All right, so we actually have some good news for a change, which I know lately is a surprise, right? Because everything seems to be going directly into the garbage can when it comes to America. But, Illinois tried to implement an assault weapons ban, and despite the Supreme Court making a pretty clear statement in Bruen that any restriction on the ownership of arms in this country has to align with the historical tradition of regulation, which shockingly does not include something called assault weapons anywhere in the history of the United States. Despite that, states who are pissed off at the Supreme Court for coming to the reasonable conclusion that shall not be infringed actually fucking means shall not be infringed, have tried to pass a bunch of laws banning various things, making the Second Amendment harder to enjoy, and outright infringing on our personal civil liberties. Not liberties granted by government, by the way, because that's always the thing. What does the government allow you to do? The government doesn't allow you to do shit. The government recognizes your inherent right to do one thing or another thing. In the case of the Second Amendment, of course, that involves the ownership, the possession, the keeping, the bearing, the firing, the enjoying, the drunken rednecking of firearms and other awesome things like knives and swords and brass knuckles and whatever you want to come up with. Grenades, bombs, TNT, all of it is actually entailed in arms. If it can be used to wreak havoc somewhere, it is covered by the Second Amendment in some way. Now, of course, there are some restrictions that we have historically permitted. Those are minimal. Those are the few, the sad, not the Marines, obviously. Those are the dejected items that somehow we've allowed our government to give us permission or not to use. Interestingly enough, that should not in any way include assault rifles. Because for one thing, assault rifles aren't real. Second thing, we have no historical tradition of regulating or disposing of these items. The closest thing we've got is the National Firearms Act, which didn't start until 1934, I think, and the Gun Control Act of 1969. And even those didn't regulate something called assault weapons. So, anyway, long story short, a bunch of states have tried to enact these various restrictions and regulations, shutting down the ownership of fun things. And the court in Illinois has actually said, nope, we're going to go ahead and put an injunction on that because it doesn't seem like that is actually within the power of the Illinois legislature to do. Now, other states are trying this as well, and eventually the Supreme Court is going to have to get off its lazy ass and issue a direct statement to the states that says, no, for the 50th time, you cannot fucking ban guns that you don't like just because you don't like them. Firearms are covered under the Second Amendment, and you're going to have to amend the damn Constitution to get that to be different. And I don't know why the Supreme Court is so hesitant to issue these rulings, to take these cases, and to just routinely slap them down until the congressmen in each state's asses are so red that they can't sit down for a week. Like, that needs to happen because they're going to keep doing this. They're going to keep this slow creep of stepping on rights over and over and over again, of messing with manufacturers, of messing with retailers, messing with wholesalers, of criminalizing constitutionally protected activity to suit their own personal political agenda, to try and buy votes from people who are too stupid to read their own goddamn constitution and understand their own rights. It's going to keep happening. It is the name of the political game in the 2020s, and wokeness and liberalism rule the fucking day in regards to these topics. But we do have hope that lower courts around the country keep recognizing and keep shutting down this intrusive, abusive form of governance that has been trending for really as long as I remember, and probably as long as you remember as well, even if you're much older than me. But hey, that's what we've got. I don't know, man. I'm getting real fucking tired of these little mini tyrants telling me what I can and can't do with my life. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of this shit. These people have no say over me. They have no say over you. All they're doing is solidifying their own authority and control and securing overinflated paychecks with jobs that they don't deserve, trying to lord over people that they couldn't hold the goddamn toilet paper for. And I'm fucking tired of it. Maybe you are too. If you are, go ahead, hit that like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the damn channel. YouTube hates when I make videos like this, which is why I'm doing it, because they don't get to tell me shit either. Hope you guys have a great one. Catch you next time. Peace. Peace.